Welcome back to the GSL Codes. We have an update for you. Not only has MVP managed to beat Sushin, but Artos' veggie sub, all the veggies fell out during the break.
In the bottom of my backpack.
In the bottom of the backpack, yeah. That's terrible, Artos.
It's terrible. It's all wet down there.
Yeah, he's actually going to have to eat wet bread now.
Yeah.
It's like the only thing that was never, a culinary option anywhere in the world. Everyone's like, no, get the bread wet first. That's how it tastes good.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, Artos.
Well, you know what? If, let's say for a minute, Tasis, you no longer had ET, you might have to eat wet bread.
So I stay hydrated, get my carbs still.
Yeah. All right, next match. Happy against Genius. Happy, widely considered to be the second best Terran in IM. I would say no one can really argue with that.
It's kind of sad.
Someone's like, Yoda. No. Noda is more like it. Happy, a very strong Terran. In fact, has the longest games on average of anyone in the GSL. Likes to play very long, drawn-out games. He's like a spoon Terran himself. And Genius, he's just a really good Protoss with a lot of diversity in his play.
Yeah, Genius actually can live up to his ID. He is a very, very smart player. And I'm curious, going up against a player who statistically makes for the longest games, I mean, what's the best way to play against that? Do you cheese him? Do you go for a timing?
I don't know. Genius is good long games, too, so it could be anything.
All right, head-to-head, Happy against Genius here at the GSL Codes. This map looks dangerous to go around on.
Yes.
They need to put some rails on those cliffs.
Sorry, Entombed Valley isn't in America.
Wouldn't it be terrible if your units could fall off the cliff?
Yeah, that would actually be a terrible game. I wouldn't play it.
You right-click the wrong way, and they're just like, ah! In the bottom right starting location, the second best Terran on the team IM. He is... not sad, but...
I'm happy.
Sound like our voice actor burped during that or something. He's like,
yeah.
Happy. In the upper right starting location, we have our Protoss player. He was a finalist in the GSL Codes, one of the best Protosses in the world. His ID is...
Genius.
Who is currently teamless right now.
That's right. If you own a StarCraft 2 team and you have a lot of money, you might want to think about picking him up.
Maybe you are a rich Saudi Arabian prince that would like to just buy a StarCraft player.
Then buy me and Tasteless. But
Yeah,
if you're a team,
do not get him. Buy us.
Recruit us.
If you want me to chill on your yacht, look, I'll be funny or whatever you want me to do. I'll do it. All right? Don't get Genius.
Yeah.
But yeah, teams out there. Genius is on the market. Saudi Arabian princes.
We're on the market.
We're on the market.
Yeah. All right, so Genius scouting the right way first. It's very useful for him.
Yeah.
Because,
scouting the right way usually better than scouting the wrong way.
it is normally. Sometimes not, but normally yes. He's going to be able to see no gas is taken. All right, probably a 1 barracks expand. You can't tell for sure, but if it's not, then it's inefficient at whatever it's trying to be.
All right, so standard openings for both of these guys. 1 barracks command center becoming more and more common in this matchup.
Yeah, it's really the standard. You know, there's, of course, all sorts of different things you can do, but if you want to play like a solid standard game, that's what you're going to do. And as far as Happy goes, he is a macro-style player. This is something that Genius has to expect out of him, probably all 3 games. It'd be interesting to see how he
Cat's
goes.
Cradle here with waypoints. Jeez.
Yeah. What's the rhyme that goes with Cat's Cradle? You know it?
I don't know.
Okay.
Is there a rhyme that goes with Cat's Cradle?
Is there not? I think there is. When you do it, like, don't you go like this and make a rhyme?
I don't know, man.
I think so. Pretty sure.
You could be right. I was trying to think of something that rhymes with Cat's Cradle. I was like brats. Then I'm like, wait, what rhymes with cradle? What rhyme?
Ladle.
Ah! God damn it. That would have been so good if we had gotten that out in that time.
Yeah. All right, so Happy looks very standard in his play. Genius as well, just the 1 gateway expansion. The fallback builds of both races right now. Happy, in the meantime, double racks after his expand into double gas. So we're going to see something completely standard out of him. No trickery here. We'll have to see what Genius wants to do, though. And adding a couple gates. Probably go for a gas, then a Robo.
Yeah, this is all very middle-of-the-road safe stuff from both of these guys.
Yeah.
If you want to get a good build order to use when you're playing, these are good builds to copy. You will occasionally get cheesed out.
Sure.
But, I mean,
these are things that if you scout well, control well, execute well, you can stop basically any sort of cheese.
Exactly.
Just takes a lot of practice.
As you can see, the average game time for Happy is 21 minutes and 16 seconds, which is insane.
Oh, I guess now it's second after Thorzane played his games, but Happy's played a ton of games in GSL, whereas Thorzane played, what was it? He's played 7 games in GSL.
Yeah.
So I guess Spoon Terran wins again, Tasteless. That's like considerably more, too. Look at that. It's like 4 minutes more on average.
That's so much. They start calling Thorzane plastic bottle Terran. He like tries to beat you to death with an empty plastic bottle.
You know what they should call him? No, they should call him Old Age Terran. He just waits for you to die of old age. You almost choked.
Yes. We have 3 sentries being warped in here.
Yeah, and another Nexus as well. So he's actually just going 1 gate expand into 3 gate expand again. An interesting way to go about it. I haven't seen it done exactly like this in a very, very long time. Normally, if people want 3 Nexus, they have been doing it recently off of 1 gateway, and then just jumping up into a ton of gateways and attacking. So we'll see what Genius actually wants to do after this. He might go ahead and add a bunch of gateways. We'll see in a second.
Only time can tell. Now we have the starport coming here. It's going to be swapped with the factory link in the reactor. No actually upgrades just yet. I'm sure once he gets 100 gas, that's going to change.
Yeah, he's going to want to get that attack upgrade really quickly here.
Now, interestingly enough, they both have very good records on this map.
And Genius actually going Robo. So it looks like Genius actually wants to play a very defensive game here. Oftentimes when a Protoss takes a very quick third base, they want to get offensive to keep you in your base and buy time to get into their tech. But instead he's saying, you know what, this is an easily defensible map. Kill those rocks in between the natural and the third base. And then just defend well for a bit while teching up to what he wants.
Yeah, this is one of those maps where the third base is very, very easy to hold. And of course, we're probably going to see a push coming out here from Happy in a little bit. He might not even attack into him, but maybe try to force out some more sentries and slow down the tech. 6 gates now on the way. And can you do a vision check from Artosis? Does he actually know about the third base?
No, he has no idea.
Okay.
But, as soon as those 2 medevacs pop out, that's the timing where Terran starts walking across the map, starts pressuring a little bit, not expecting to kill with this build. We have seen in the past Marine King do some sharper builds with just Marines and a quicker +1 where he's actually trying to kill you when he comes over. But this is not that. This is like go over, see if you can harass a little bit, see what's going on.
Now the Observer just caught the tail, and okay, now he knows for sure. Element of surprise not going to be there.
Oh! If Genius had gotten that, man, that would have been huge. A little bit sloppy there of Happy.
So now he's driving out the factory. And it looks like Happy is going to have to turn around.
Yeah, and he still doesn't know about that third. So he's actually a little bit in the dark. We don't know what he actually thinks right now. He might think, all right, he probably has, it's Genius. Good chance he has, his second Colossus on the way right now. The timing of these moving out, if you do a 1-gate expand, you'll have that first Colossus about the time they're getting there. So that's probably what he's thinking right now. Whereas actually Genius, has kept him in the dark. And with 3 bases, he's going to be in great shape here.
All right, they're continuing to build up and up and up. It looks like he's going to get a second starport here, so he does know about Colossi being on the way. There's no other reason, really. You don't need that many medevacs, but to get that many Vikings out can really, really hurt the Colossus. So as you can see, there it is now. What do you think Happy's going to take us third?
Well, Happy should be starting his command center pretty quickly here. He's actually instead, oh my god, he's actually getting a second starport. He's so certain about the Colossi tech because that is what Genius normally does. That he's getting that second starport. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. And it looks like Thermalance now coming down here. He did scan to get the Observer, very nice. Protoss does not want to move out of his base. When you have this Bio Ball for Terran, it's really easy to get a good arc and surround. So Terran kind of have the liberty of moving around the map first.
Yeah.
And,
you know, he's going to go for a kill time, Tasteless. I mean, he's already got so many Vikings, it's silly.
That's actually funny because, you know, we were hyping up with the fact that Happy makes really, really long, dramatic games, and now he's going to go for a timing attack and try to end this.
Yeah, and, I mean, that might just be because he knows that he's perceived that way, so why not mix it up some?
And that's a sign of a smart player.
Yeah. You know, he's actually, this is so weird of Happy. I'm just a little bit caught off guard. If Genius could have figured this out, he could have just not made Colossus, like just have one, but he's making, you know, he's getting that second one. He'll probably start a third one as well, but if he could just like switch into, you know, like Archons or something like that, doesn't even probably need Psystorm for this, because there's so much supply caught up in Vikings right now.
Ooh, he should not be out in the middle of the map now. Bad force field there. Terran's going to end up regrouping, probably going to heal up a little bit more. Now remember, Terran does not have a lot of medevacs. It's all Vikings, basically. And here's what, let me check actually on your PC, Artos. It's what, 3 medevacs total.
And 9 Vikings. Whoa.
So what that means is that every time Terran stims, he's not going to be able to repair a lot. Okay, so he sees even SCVs are coming with this. He knows this is an all-in. This is not intended to go on for much longer. Lots of SCVs coming down here now.
Yeah. He's going to have 12 Vikings in his thing here. Those Colossi are going to fall in mere seconds. He has a lot of force fields, but not a lot of damage output. Whereas Happy has
I can't believe Genius is moving out to the low ground. I cannot believe my eyes. All right, he needs to go up on the high ground. He needs to force field this off, all of this off.
Uh-oh, nice EMP going off. It still has a lot of Sentry energy. And here we go. Those Vikings killing off the Colossi in a matter of seconds. But the force fields do go off. Really good force fields. Genius being very careful to lose as little as he can.
He's going to have more force fields coming up here.
It looks like he's about to die, Tasteless.
Yeah, I don't know what you can do.
He's going to want to probably land those Vikings in a second here. And there we go. Not necessarily the best landing, but does it matter? He has so much here. Genius so little.
Yep, that's it. Okay, Genius is dead. He should have identified the number of Vikings that were there. He had enough observers out to try to find that. Wow, killed it the last second before the Colossi can come out. He needed, yeah, as you said, Artosis, to stop making Colossi. Then the Vikings are basically useless. Yeah, sure, they can land on the ground, but if you have Immortals, they're going to deal with the Vikings pretty well. Yeah, they're basically really terrible Marauders.
I mean, in fact, if he had
They're basically Marauders with Marine guns that can't stim.
Yeah, and they fire slower.
Yes.
And take extra damage from it.
And take up more space in a medevac.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think you put him in medevac, but
GG.
Well, you know, that was interesting. That was like a very hard counter to Colossus Tech being the backbone of Genius's army.
Yeah.
And if Genius had been able to figure that out, there's a lot of things he could have done. If he goes over and sees when he has one Colossus that you already have 9 Vikings, he has so many options. You know, he can go for a lot of Immortals. He can try to tech into Psystorm. He can throw down just to make sure he lives, because all he has to do is live on 3 bases against you having that weird of a tech against something he doesn't have.
Yeah,
he could have thrown down like 10 cannons. I'm not even joking here, guys. He throws down like 10 cannons, he just sits there and holds.
And the SCVs come and he just LOLs.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, Happy, you're on 2 bases. This isn't a very good transition for you, is it? And Happy's like, no, I guess it's not. But it was a good choice because, you know what? He just wiped the floor with Genius there.
He really did.
He bopped him.
He bopped him. That was a bopping.
All right.
Actually, no, it wasn't a bop.
You're making this up as we
go
along.
I'm not. No, I'm not. I just left my book at home with all the rules.
Okay. All right, so it wasn't a bop yet. We'll look for a bop.
No, bop isn't like a timing attack. A bop is like I said, it's like you just make stuff, like anything, like standard, and you just go to his base and he's bad, you just kill him.
It's like when you make a new account and you like do your placement matches.
Yeah, that's a bop.
You just send like 3 of your probes and start killing stuff.
You send one of your probes in there and start to harass their workers, and everything just falls apart.
Yeah.
Somebody somewhere in the world is having an anxiety attack trying to get you to stop attacking their workers, because they're probably going to be placed in silver or something. All right,
so
Terran versus Protoss, game number 2. Happy versus Genius Cloud Kingdom. I don't think we're going to see Happy do a similar build to game number 1.
I don't think so either.
I think he did that purely because he's known for doing timing. I mean, not doing timing attacks. He's having long games. So why not do a timing attack and catch Genius off guard?
Yeah, and it worked out very well. So what will Genius do this time? That is actually a very good question.
Thank you.
He does mix in a lot of different builds. Could be Void Ray all-in. He likes those.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to have one or two of those in there. It is a 1-on-1 map, so it's easier to do Void Ray builds.
That's true.
You know the other guy's starting location, of course.
And if you don't, man, what is wrong with you?
I don't know, man. You're messing up. Head-to-head here. Happy against Genius. Here at Soul Creek, we have the best StarCraft 2 players in the world duking it out in what we call the GSL Code S.